So this workout I did, I have COVID-19 at this point. So this is my first time trying to do a 405-pound rack pull. These goofy rack things that I got from Titan Fitness. I don't really like them because when you drop them back down, sometimes they don't land quite right, and so the bar ends up moving or bouncing against your leg. So the first 405 was a fail. I went and put a belt on and checked my form, and here goes up fairly easy. So that was a warm-up set. Now I'm into the working weight, which is 385. And the goal on this one is to get it more than 7 times, and that way I can increase the weight next time. Hopefully I won't have COVID-19 next time. I currently have COVID-19, so I've done 2 workouts while I was sick, and yesterday was the first workout that I skipped this week, which is a leg workout, but I was feeling like major crap and decided not to do it. I don't really like rack pulls that much. I'm sure they serve a purpose, but I'm not sure what it is. But the coach told me to do them, so I do them. I was really working on my form. Every time I do any kind of deadlift, I'm focusing on my form. I have a lot of hip slide. So I think even here in this one, my hips are gonna kind of go forward. So I gotta focus on. See right there, that's where the things didn't land quite right. See, that one was okay. See, I'm not very consistent in my deadlifts. I'm focusing on getting my shoulder over the bar when I pull, but then you see with my hips slide forward, then my shoulders go beyond the bar, and that's not what I want. And that one right there was fine. So that was this is the only set that was heavy. As we go down, I made a mistake. I was supposed to drop the weight down by 7.5%, which would have made it about 365 pounds. But I misread it. I thought I was supposed to drop it by 15% on the second set, so I went down to 335, and then I just did the same thing for the last set. But I blame that on Broadhead, Wisconsin math class, and also on COVID-19, so I was being lazy. But I did feel pretty strong from this workout. That's all I did for those, and then now we've got what we're doing is a Bulldozer sets of pull-ups. So essentially, you go and do your max reps that you can do on pull-ups, and then you take a 30-second break, and then you do another set of max reps. So I started out, I think I did 10, and then maybe done 8, and then I did 7, and then it's 5, and then it's 6. So the goal for me is to get, I think it's like, I don't know. I set a goal for myself, and I did achieve that goal. So next week, when I do this workout again, I will be hanging 10 pounds off my waist and training it again. So the key is always to be doing some sort of progressive overload for every single exercise, no matter what it is. Even if I was doing finger flexors, if for years I did workouts in the gym, and I really didn't have that focus on progressive overload. I was just whatever I kind of felt like, and in the past couple of years, especially the past year, I've really focused on tracking and making sure that I'm always progressing in some direction. Sometimes it doesn't mean I'm lifting heavier weight or more weight or even doing more repetitions. There's like three levers you can adjust, and I adjust them all. And sometimes I feel sick and I'm going backwards, and that always sucks. Or I have fatigue, that's something I experienced with some of the heavy deadlifts and heavy squats and heavy bench presses. I get some fatigue going on that builds up over time, and then all of a sudden instead of lifting 350, I'm lifting 315 or 275, and I have to work my way back into it. So for this portion, Everly came down to visit me, and she was moving around a little bit more than I would have liked when I'm lifting the weight. I'm just doing a 135 on these T-bar rows, but I worry that if she gets in front of me, thinks this is fun, she doesn't understand what's going on, I could drop the weight on her foot or something. So, but she got yelled at. I didn't mean to yell at her, but I did, and then she cried. And I hate that. So after that, then I sent her back upstairs with her mom and got onto the shrugs. So this is just I forgot what Steve Shaw calls these, but it's essentially you're going for 50, although I've seen him on the internet doing 100, but in my program he's scheduled me to, or planned for me to do 50. So I just do 50 as fast as possible. So it's just, when you take a break, you take a real quick break just as long, until you can actually do some more, and then you pick them back up, do some more. One of the exercises that he has me doing, he calls skull destroyers, which I had done previously and called them skull pressers, but the skull destroyer sounds a little more tough. But I told him that this is like, because it's in the same day, it's actually after this. I said this is like a skeleton shaker, and then you got a skull destroyer. The guy just hates my bones. So anyways, it's definitely as tough. Just the shrugs. I never did shrugs like this before. Certainly never did high volume, heavyweight shrugs. But it's such a short range of motion. You really can do a lot of weight on these. I think actually I don't even remember what I was doing in these. If it was 315 or 335 or what. But I know that next week I'm planning to increase the amount of weight. This was definitely the most cardiovascular work that I'd done since getting COVID-19. My lungs, good chance I probably have pneumonia. I'm not going to the doctor, but it's a good chance I have pneumonia. I'm coughing up green stuff and can't really breathe that great. I've been spending most of my time just staying home watching kids movies, because Everly is sick too. As I'm doing this, I'm driving past the new Quick Trip that's going to be in Whitewater, and I'm very excited about that. Where we live, it's about 20 minutes to everything. There's one gas station that's about 10 minutes away from us currently, but it's a kind of a crappy small gas station, and they don't have a lot of the things that you might need. And Quick Trips, they're essentially like the old IGAs. They have some groceries, they have some bakery, they have coffee, they have all the things that you might need to just get you through until you go do a full grocery shopping again. And it's probably 2 or 3 minutes further than the other gas station, but it's gonna be a big deal for us. I'm really looking forward to it opening up. So these are what Steve Shaw calls skull destroyers, and I think I'm doing these right. Who knows? He in the plan it says 3S for skull destroyers. So essentially, I do 3 skull crushers. So that's what those were, and then I just switch over to do close grip push-ups, close grip bench press with the easy bar. Do 3, just 3 and 3 until I can't do anymore. So on this one, I was just doing them back to back with that. In the past, what I've done on these is basically just do them until I can't do the skull crushers until I can't do the skull crushers anymore. And then once my arms are on fire from that, switch right over, no break, and start doing close grip bench press. And do that until I can't do anymore. And that is it's a burner for sure. So humans don't have lactic acid. Guys like to say that a lot. Whatever it is that causes your arms to freaking hurt when you do that sort of thing, that's what happens. So I took one break there, and then I got most of the way through what I wanted to get done on these in that first batch of sets, whatever you call them. Pretty pleased with the amount of weight that I'm doing on these. I used to, for a long time, I just did 75 pounds. Whenever I did skull crushers, I just did 75 pounds. I just tried to get as many repetitions as possible. Sometimes I end up doing like 20 repetitions with 75 pounds, so it's a 25 pound on each side. I was at Anytime Fitness up in Jefferson one day, and I just thought, well, I'm gonna try to throw the 45s on there. And well, I was able to do it, and it was strenuous. So then I just kept on doing that. Now I'm increasing from there. All right, so I don't have a pulley system, but I do have to do some these tricep pushdowns. So I took a rubber band, threw it over my pull-up bar, and I have to lean forward, put my head between it in order to get the right leverage, and then just do these. And guess what? It definitely burns. Something about the band, especially when you're bringing it back up, it sort of vibrates.